Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from somewhere in this world, and we are back into a nest, this time without a vehicle, which I guess can be a good thing because we don't have to worry about a vehicle activating all the hatching sentinels at once, but we do have to be aware that when we do activate a hatching sentinel, the worms and the mindfraggers can hurt us unlike the vehicle. So there's a trade-off there. There's a trade-off there. And we are near the edge here, and we have a long corridor there, and one of the two has a weapon. And a weapon and a spitterhead over here. 190 hit points with some bit of armor, but not a whole heck of a lot of armor. So we can probably get through as long as we don't trigger return fire. He's not as dangerous as they become. Then we got this shield bearer, who we also know is not as dangerous as they become, because the claw is pretty easy to take out. It's not armored up yet, and that's all you got to do on these guys, since he's not the supreme evolutionary model that comes with a spitterhead. So, you know, threats, but not the end of the world threats. So I think I'm going to start moving off more in the direction of this egg that we see. I'll have to debate if I want to keep somebody pulled back. Maybe I just take a look at who you can see, Servando. It's the guy with the gun. Yeah, we don't want to shoot into Nefertiti's shoulder. So, you know, I might just, so he's that much easier to kill when he does get closer, I might just have you take a shot and then, you know, take your little extra movement over here to get around the corner. Well, you might be able to move and get an angle on you. So that maybe is not the best of plans. Maybe we just move out of their line of sight, explore over here, and then deal with them in a couple turns when they get around the corner back here. We also can have Stasia put out a little old Spidey drone over here. Try and hide it over behind a little cover so maybe it doesn't get killed. Well, even the claw can run up and kill it. So maybe set it over here, let the guy try to shoot it at a distance kind of a thing, slow him up, you know the whole game on that one. So I think we'll try that in a moment, but I'm going to have somebody, and that somebody in this case is Ecobot, to move forward and see what else we see on this side. So we know everything we're dealing with right off the bat. And they have some more surprises around the corner. This is a dead-end scenario here. Oh, I know this dead-end scenario. I almost feel like there is a hatching sentinel down here if I recall this map, because I believe we've started here before. I do believe we've started here before, and it's just a little farther down. So we ultimately will want to fight our way through there for one of the hatching sentinels. So maybe we kind of rethink and set up for that instead. And then Servando, I just move you behind here so you can keep picking them off with your shot there. I think we have enough to come around the corner here. I'm going to bring you Ecobot here. You have a very nicely accurate weapon. He does, however, okay, his legs are the weak point, so we could definitely slow him down as long as we can hit the legs. And the problem is that that nice rocky thing is going to work on preventing us, so I would have to really move you here to be able to get a shot, Ecobot. And we might just be able to. Let's just check the shot right off the bat. We do have a chance to hit the legs. And taking out a claw is not sufficient on this guy because he has a spitterhead. So maybe what we do is we try to take those juicy, easy to hit, supposedly agile legs out from under him. Maybe one more person can come over, because I do not want to quick aim and lose this much accuracy, because then it'll really suck. Okay, we took one out. We slowed him down. Let's see how slow he is now. Down to 14. So we didn't quite have his movement. And he can still reach us to spit on us, it would appear. Can I get anyone else into a position of shooting? Nefertiti, you look like the answer on this one.
Rolling out.
That's what you look like to me. I'm going to check out the shot of the independent weapon. And we're going to hope it's good enough. No, it wasn't even close to being good enough. So let's pull you back. And we'll see about getting one more helper over there. Now, that would mean, let's see, I can get this far on one action. So I could shoot a spider drone just in case we end up needing it. And I could come here and take one more crossbow shot And a crossbow shot would have to hit. We could take him out if it hits. So we're going to play that game. So that's good. You're going to get a shot, Stasia. So let's shoot out the Spidey. I think we can put it a little farther forward, but not too far forward where I think the claw might reach and kill it. And maybe he'll be able to draw a shot from the guy with the weapon. And we'll bring you here with your crossbow and see if we can take out this brute. We're going to try it that way. We're going to hope you can connect. There's plenty of ways you can miss, but I'm not going to think about that. Because we did connect. And unfortunately, it doesn't look... Ow! It's one of those freaking things. Well, I can then try coming here, and we'll have to throw one of your grenades, Aramex, is what it looks like. We'll have to throw one of your grenades.
Let's do this.
A lot of effort on this guy. But he's gone. It's that spitterhead that made him worrisome. So now at least we don't have to worry about that. So Servando, I'm going back over here with you now. With folks out of the way, I'm almost feeling like let's work on the pincer first. See if we can take it out. And we did. So the shield bearer is just a guy with a shield now. I love calling him just a guy with a shield. And we're going to hide you instead of Overwatch. Because otherwise we know that guy would probably shoot at you. And then what I'm going to do with you, Glacier, is do the hunker down in case he decides to... And I'll do the hunker down over here so he doesn't have a direct shot. He has to move also. The odds are he may try shooting at this instead of you, but if he gets close enough, you'll be able to return fire. And then you'll still be in range to slide over a little if we need to get a shot on him. Plus hunkered down, you'll get a shot for 2 actions. You know the drill. All right, and I think we're done. So I think everybody can stay kind of where they are. We don't know of any threats. Let's find out what the unknown has to give to us. Well, the unknown brought another guy with a claw. I love when they go for spider drones and hit their own dudes. That just makes me happy. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go with our heavy over here to try and take this guy out. I'm gonna take the spider drone back here to try to take out a gun. And do we see what I think? We see the open area where I believe we will find what we're looking for once we get the enemies out of the way. And I see red. And well, I was about to say the trifecta, but there's only 2. We got the spitterhead and we got the gun arm. So he is also just a dude with a shield. Very, very effective so far. Glacier, let's see how effective you can now be. I like the chances. It's pretty dang close. He's not quite gonna bleed out though. Unfortunately, your second shot... Why don't we just give it to you all the way? Let's finish him off. There you go. We have space, we have room to run over here to get our first hatching sentinel. I can't for the life of me remember where the next one will be. I think it can be here. I think I've maybe seen it in this open area over here before. We don't know yet. And Servando, the hatching sentinel, once we get shooting at it, needs more than just your shot. So why don't I send you and Stasia off this way? Of course, Stasia running by these dudes will become exposed. There's no other way to say it. So we'll send Nefertiti off this way. It seems safe-ish so far. And do we see the vision down in there yet? Not quite. Probably comes up next turn. I'm going to take you there for Servando.
Watch out.
Running this way also. You guys have duty and charge of the Mist Sentinel that way. It's dangerous sometimes. I think it's early enough on that it's okay to split ourselves up. You know, when you get into harder and later enemies, it's harder to say, yeah, we'll just split up and run into that siren. without enough shots to take it out. Let's see if I can just take out the egg if we keep you here. And it looks pretty definite that we could do that. I forgot to I didn't even check what kind of an egg it was. I'm gonna bring Stasia right here so we can get some spider drone scouting. So as regards to the spider drone scouting, I think we're gonna have, it's eeny, meeny, miny, mo, one of two places where it can be. I'm gonna bring you here, and we're gonna listen very carefully if this
is going to make all the difference.
Activates what might be over there. I didn't hear. Oh yeah, I hear it now. It's awake. I think it's over here. We have to set up and get ready for what's going to come at us in that direction. And therefore, you know, Aramex, as we often say, you're heavy for a reason, so you are taking point for anything that might come through that opening from a hatched egg.
Let's rock.
We don't see anything here. That's good. Let's hunker you so you get a cheaper first shot. Stasia, stay put, and let's see what happens. Yeah, it hatched all right. And we got another friend with a weapon coming our way. So that's going to be a little bit of a concern. Although we did not see anything. Now the spider drones, do they not oh, that's because that's mist. That's why we can't see right here. Although I think he may, yeah, he's blocking the way from anybody. Oh, that was perfect. I couldn't have planned that better. I accidentally blocked the way for any mindfraggers or worms to come through there. Remember that as a viable plan for the future. That frees us up over here to be able to take this guy out. Ramex, what's his health? Oh, yeah. Ramex, we're going to give you this shot because you should, with your weapon, be able to take him out in one go. He's a fragile little thing. Even though he's carrying a very dangerous weapon, I don't think he'll be able to use it because you're going to take him out in one shot. Yes. Thank you for coming through. You know, I do worry a little. I sound confident when I say these things, but am I really? Let's, yeah, without just the fact that there's mist there. Oh, say, okay, look at that. They could come around. Okay, but there's no opening to come through all the way there either. Let's open the doors, since I at least have one of us able to counter with an Overwatch against anything coming through the opening. Let's take a step forward. This may also be a choke point. And we're getting through. Oh, maybe that's not what I thought, or maybe the eggs from this hatch. It has to be here. We just aren't around the corner. And if I go here, yeah, they can start coming through, but I don't see anything right now, so apparently they took the other way around. So let's just get in here and gain sight of what we know is there. And there it is. And in fact, there's our first little friend. So I think what we'll do with you two is we'll get as close as we can to the mist. Well, you know, are we really going to need... so it takes away a few... so we stand in the mist, it takes away a few things, from a few will points from us. Oh well, let's move far forward so we can at least overwatch against something we missed, and then we should be able to get, yeah, this far. We'll be able to get shots after that, is what it looks like. So we'll just do that. Ecobot's not afraid of the mist. Neither will Aramex, and the problem is I would love nothing better than to hunker you down. You do have, oh, that's right, we do have. In fact, I'm going to do this while we can. Then I'm going to move you the rest of the way forward. And maybe, just maybe, you'll be an option for a grenade. Now, what are we looking at here? Oh, what do you know? He's an Umbra dude. So I think what we're just going to do is we're going to start running you forward. See where you can first gain sight of the hatching sentinel.
On the move.
And no, you did not yet gain sight. Now, if I bring you here, maybe you will.
I'm going in.
and you don't. Maybe it's not there. Sometimes if it's not here, it could still be back over in this general direction. So before I push you forward with less than 2 shots, let's get the better, the higher paranoiacal perception of Servando moving forward. Is paranoiacal a word that well, you know, I think you know what I mean, even if I just made one up. And I think we'll just kind of be patient, just in case it's here, and we'll just do this. Because there's only 2 of you. Well, now that we're bringing Gleaser up, we really have split up, haven't we? And that I want to reiterate, I don't advise this necessarily for the late game.
I'm on Overwatch.
And Stasia, we're going to send you around towards where, well, you know, since we're going to do this. Just in case there's the March of the Worms, and nothing seems close. So we'll move you the rest of the way.
On the move.
And I think we're done. Let's see what happens coming up. Uh-oh. Oh, well, at least he's only shooting at that. Although we got more mist out there to deal with. Alright, so now we're going to move in here and see if it actually is here or if we have to keep running.
I'm on the move.
And we have to keep running. It's going to be farther back down this way. We could be running into more enemies along the way. I'm going to keep you back here, Nefertiti, to just get a glimpse down that corridor.
I'm going in.
And we have found an egg somewhere, way in the distance. So yeah, now we know where the other one is. It's way back down there. Okay, fine. I'm going to move you here. And then let's get the charge of your support team also taking place. And then we got to get through. And we got to, the thing is, okay, we do have an answer here. That guy's finished his scouting duties. We know where the thing is. Let's get rid of the risk over here. And I'm not even going to blow it up. I have a feeling once it's shot, the cost, the replacement cost is spent. But instead, just in case, we're going to keep it there. And therefore, I can bring you right here. And even losing a little bit of will points in the mist, you can still do this. In fact, I wonder, maybe you're close enough for this. Let's find out.
Ready to engage.
Well, you're definitely close enough for one shot. I think we can quick aim with this, and I decided to check with the other weapon just to see how much damage if 2 shots... Yeah, 2 shots of this won't get it done. So therefore, we will switch back to the shotgun. We'll take a look in here. Well, we already did that look. We will quick aim. I think even with the worse aim that we gain from this, it will still be able to hit enough of this thing. Oh yeah, and take it out with 2 shots. Oh, maybe not. Oh, baby, baby, baby. And therefore, I don't think I can move you far enough. Yeah, get over here.
Moving in.
Get it done next time. Now we do have this guy over here. This one I will explode. Now this is just a wretch, so I don't think the wretches... Yeah, the wretches don't disappear because they can spew out the mist, so I don't even need to check. I figured that... Oh, he is touched by the void, though. There's something new and interesting to consider. Let's explode him. And what we did is he can't, because he spits out mist, he can't regenerate. Oh, he has Pain Chameleon. Oh, he can spit mist and he has Pain Chameleon. I thought they were mutually exclusive. I got to remember that. Like I remember things. I say I need to remember that, but do I ever really totally remember? Let's see. 50 bleeding. It's not quite 2 turns. And I don't think he can quite reach Stasia on his next move. So let's put something out there to see about delaying him. And then in addition, I think I'm going to just switch you over. I'll move you back a little bit just in case. he decides to ignore the spider drone and do this. And then we'll keep... I have two options. He could come around this way to try and get us. Yeah, it was just a regular pistol. For some reason, I had a thought in my mind, even though it was a wretch, that he didn't have a regular pistol. So we're going to keep this Mindfragger just trapped. I could come over here and kill it with the spider drone, but as long as I keep that Mindfragger trapped, I think we're safe over here. And that's just what we'll do. So I can't think of anybody else who has to move. Let's just end it. Okay, so we have gotten close enough, probably via our spider drone, and the void glows are starting to appear tremendously. And he's still going pistol shot on the spider drone. And there, he did not succeed. So let's get moving. We gotta start hard charging forward to try gaining access to the other target over here, and I think I'm just going to do just that and hard charge it over here.
Tango spotted.
Oh, we do have a worm, and I can't quite see it. Therefore, I think we need to protect against it. I don't think. Oh, it can come through that way. If I can come through this way, surely the worm could come through that way. So I'm kind of thinking, let's see if we can spread. Oh, and I can't overwatch with you. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to have to pull back.
Reporting enemy contact.
Well, we found what we wanted to see, at least. We may not have a direct line of sight, but we see what we want to see. I'm going to bring you this far, Servando, just so you can have a chance at a worm.
Nothing's getting past me.
And Gleaser, that'll give you some time to catch up. And now, hopefully, yeah, I think these guys have a few turns. So we have a chance to take care of things still. Now, this guy turning into an Umbra would probably not be cool, and therefore I am not going to touch him this turn. What I am going to do is, Ecobot, you got a couple hits there. Let's give our good friend Aramex a shot. And one is down. We're going to move you forward, Aramex. We're going to bring Ecobot out here. Oh, he's panicked, so we do not have to worry. So we're going to bring Ecobot all the way over here. Thank you for the panic. And we'll be able to approach, hopefully. Can we cut through here also? Yeah, I'm almost thinking, Stasia, let him continue to shoot his pistol there. Let's bring you over this way. Because you're still unseen by that guy. Spider drone will stay there. And this spider drone will stay there. I wonder if I can get it out of sight a little more. Yeah, guess what? Just let him shoot at it. He'll blow it up. Oh, he's panicked. He's panicked, so he will not. We got one turn where this spider drone will survive. So we're going to actually move it closer and taunt him even more. Good job, Servando. I thought you could use the pistol practice. And now, it's time to start taking our shots. I do not believe a shotgun at this range is in our best interest. We were even closer and we couldn't kill one with it. So let's just play the I want to weaken you down kind of a shot right here. The eggs are already hatched, so what the heck? I mean, what the heck? Now I can bring Servando. Yeah, I can't bring Servando far enough for a shot unless I just let him take a pistol shot. We aren't aware. Well, you know what we can do? We haven't had a chance to use Gunslinger yet. How about we do that?
Gotcha.
All right. That was kind of cool. It's nice doing that much damage with a pistol, I must say. And he's no longer panicked, but he will be turning into an Umbra. I'm wondering, Ecobot, can you get far enough to make a difference over here? Absolutely not. So just in case the timing of things does not work out, I'm going to bring some of us up here to Overwatch against the Umbra.
Over there.
Ah, and anything else that might be out there. Okay. I don't think because you can barely throw a grenade now. Okay, you even moved a step too far, even a quarter step too far. You can't throw a grenade, so that tells me a lot. We're not going to be able to do that. So what we got to do is perhaps back off a little bit against this guy that'll more than likely be coming at us with a spitterhead. So I think we play it safe a little bit. In fact, this guy's going to die. He's going to become an Umbra. Let's get our spider drone to sacrifice itself right here. I wonder, maybe if we sacrifice it here, can we at least explode and hurt this guy? Maybe his shield. I'm going to keep him here as a delaying action. I think that serves us better. And then we'll kind of set ourselves over here defensively, because that just seems the best use of our skills. In case he can still come towards us, and you can hunker down. And then Stasia will continue you over this way. And we're just about dealt with, and let's see what happens. There's a potential Umbra in that mist, and yes, he is forming. Well, I guess I set my Overwatch a little too far. So we can finish this thing off this turn. There is no doubt about that. So let's let some folks, just for fun, do some more kills. Oh wait, this is another. Wow, it shows how much delirium is enough to really force these guys turning into, or to become touched by the void. I'm telling you. Now, since we're going to kill the thing, I'm just getting this for extra shots, extra kicks, because even if he turns into an Umbra, like he's going to, it'll be too little, too late, because we're going to finish this thing off.
Is that really the best they can do?
One of the best ways to avoid an Umbra is have them turning into an Umbra, not yet turned into one, and ending the game. Then they'd never get to come up from the goop in the ground and do anything to you. So Gleaser, good job. I gave you an extra, oh, that was Ramex, I gave the extra shot. I was going to say, I'm giving you that extra shot so you can get a promotion, but you did anyway because you were close enough. So there you go. Congratulations. Nobody is below level 4 on this team now as we continue the experience climb over here. Alrighty, so we gained some attitude back, getting Synedrion back up to 20. We got Anu back in the positive again. So I always like seeing those early pluses. Anu's lagging just a little bit. We're going to have to work on that at some point. But it won't. I was hoping maybe we get something slightly different as a shared research here. But I'll take anything we can get. And that wasn't overly costly for us. We have the funds for it. And let's go take a look at our research. 9 hours for that, which increases power plant energy production, which is kind of a unnecessary thing to research because I've never run out of power plant efficiency in a base before. So I usually just don't do that one. Let's see how long if we want Synedrion battle armor and the extra Synedrion sniper armor if we chose. 9 hours. And if we decide we want a Helios to build next time instead of a Manticore, that is just 9 hours away too. Now we have a Mindfragger egg. I'm going to put it over there because it's a quick 9 hours for some materials and stuff. And let's take a look. We do want to finish Pandoran containment and capture. And what do I want? I actually will pick the Mindfragger egg next just because I want this. I want the 100 materials, 75 mutagens. First. Oh, and the Chiron, yeah, we'll keep the Chiron autopsy right after that, and then we'll make some decisions after that. So we'll pick up another 200 and 150 mutagens there. So yeah, I'm fine with that at the moment. You know, I might want the shields at some point. I'm probably thinking about making better use of the shields You never know if it could be just that little thing to buff some, if some acid gets applied to the shield, that's better than having it applied to a body part armor that can then be applied towards the body part. I guess you can argue that. I'm going to see if that's such a thing and try using shields a little bit more in this playthrough. All right. Good job here with this team. And let's do the promotion before I forget about it. Now we do have the sniper weapon, which doesn't really jive with jetpack control, so I'm probably not. And plus you don't have a jetpack yet. What I will do is, Gleaser, were you the one? Or was it Aramek? Aramek was the one that had the grenade launcher last time. And you have an upgraded weapon there, so I'll go and give that back to him. So I guess what we're going to do with you right off the bat is I am just going to pop some strength in here for you so you can carry a few more things for us, which I think is important. And right now, the few more things that I really want you to carry are these, and eventually that means you will also be able to carry a grenade launcher at some point for us. So, and a jetpack, all that is extra weight, I think, potentially. So we need to up your strength since we're taking survivor hit off of that. Okay, let me get down back to Aramex. I can't remember which direction you're in. There you are. And we're going to give you back this. And we're going to have to lower the encumbrance. And you know what? We still don't have access to PDWs yet, so I'm going to give you that strength so you can have one spare grenade to toss also. Just in case we have something short term and we don't have to spend 3 action points to shoot. Or we can have a 2 action point grenade for something really close. All right, so since this team is down here and technically we have nothing else to do immediately, I'm going to finish what I wanted to finish a long time ago, and that's get down to this last exploration site down here in the tip of Africa and just make it so we don't have to come down here anymore. We may have to come down for, a haven defense like we've done once already, but I don't want to have to come down here anymore. And then we have our other airship, the Manticore 2, flying to this. Let's get going.
Research complete.
And we got our capture available. And guess what we're going to go build right now is some new razors while we can afford it. I think that's really important. I will bypass the Manticore for some new razors. Let's get down here and see what we can afford. I would say we got 2 teams at the moment flying around. I would like to build 4 of these. That's 200. That'll get us down, 200-ish plus. That'll get us down in the neighborhood of 400 materials, which I can live with. And yeah, the hit will get us down into the, 150, 140 mark on tech. I can live with all that to build 4 of these. And I will delay a Manticore. Well, you know what? I don't even have a containment place yet. So with that in mind, we'll just start with basic 2 to save money there. And I'm not even going to push it ahead of the Manticore yet until our containment is built. And let's just get a sense for how much containment will cost us. 300, 150. That would leave us 200 materials and only 50 tech. Well, we got ships exploring for a reason. To gain that back, I think we need to push for the containment. And East Africa seems close enough to where our area of operations is that we can hopefully protect it. One never knows. But we are experiencing, a tech shortage. I already pointed out that we'd be down low after this purchase. But we need to keep pushing. I need to keep pushing ahead. Okay, forbidden frequency. We've received an automated emergency transmission from a New Jericho science facility. The message is composed of the word Overrun, repeated in a loop. Tracking down the location of the transmission has revealed some security footage. Overrun.
So, New Jericho continues to expand its military capabilities, this time with a new class of soldier. The technician, robotic arms, cranial input hubs. It all sounds very impressive and we are not exactly opposed to this development. But we do wonder, when is New Jericho going to invest in anything other than war? Yes, we need to achieve some kind of peace, and we in Synedrion aren't unwilling to fight. But winning is more than just building the biggest army. To win, we need a functional infrastructure. We need people who can plan. We need a system that works.
Okay. So let's go find out where Overrun is. Can be, you know, how convenient. That's where Undefendable was. So this is where it's all happening, apparently. If we want to deal... now this one is Overrun, I believe. Isn't Overrun by the Forsaken in this instance? So their poor tech facilities, once again, are being overrun. I think this is the one... you know, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't this the one where we got to save, there's 5 scientists, we got to save at least 1 or something like that? So this is something definitely we can take a look at coming up. But let's see if we can get access down here first. Not that I can afford, until we do a little more exploration, to activate another base. Let's just keep going. And look, we will be able to reach this base. So this is near the mist. Let's check this out right here. And we're going to explore here.
Research complete.
And we're going to start building up some of our resources just by doing a couple of the upcoming researches. This is the first one. Unfortunately, I don't think our other one, it gives us any tech. No, we're just recovering our materials, which desperately also, you know, we needed that also. And the trade for food for tech is 1 to 5. So it's not like I can trade a lot of food to get tech built up that quickly, and that would deplete my food tremendously. So I think I'm going to rely, at least initially, on exploration. And today, the Manticore 2, is that flying still? Yeah, I think so. Uh-oh. Go away, Go away, Alistair, go away. The Falcon cannot hear the Falconer. We have received multiple reports of flocks of birds flying in strange, repeating spiral patterns. They persist in doing so until death from exhaustion or malnutrition. Unfortunately, we have been unable to locate a specimen to examine, so we cannot determine whether this anomalous behavior is the result of the Pandoran virus infection or not. So Haven's defense rating is higher. Rewards from Haven defense missions is lower, so they're better able to defend themselves, but we don't gain as much from helping them. And if we help them, we gotta fight them anyway, and we do get crates though, so I think Haven defenses are still, for the time being, in our best interest, but that's where all our early Void Omens are going. And thank goodness we aren't being limited or unlimited in Delirium yet on this particular playthrough. The early ones I think we can deal with, let's hope. So to keep the Synedrion dream alive, we must keep our people alive. Join the volunteer militia today. Service guarantees, basic alimentary allocation. This is a public notice on a Synedrion feed. And did we get our other Manticore finished exploring? Not quite. And it was a New Jericho Haven hiding way down here, so let's see, the next closest for exploration looks to be off in this direction. The Old World. In one of the public squares in Larak, loud debate between a supporter of Synedrion and a local priestess has drawn a lot of attention. The debate itself is actually friendly, as the two women have known each other for a long time, but there is an unusual intensity in the crowd as arguments fly back and forth. People are deeply invested. The Synedrion supporter argues that there is a lot that we can learn from the old world, that not everything was bad, just the way it was organized, and that we could build a civilization that had many of the same features but without the systemic flaws. The priestess disagrees. She thinks the old world was fundamentally broken, and that without change in human nature, we would just repeat all the same mistakes again. Well, at first glance, first feeling is I better just stay out of this so I don't piss off either Anu or Synedrion. So let me think though, because if I side with Synedrion, I might be able to get potentially up to that 24% mark and therefore unlock their next mission. But that might sink Anu quite negative. Between that and getting access to this first mission would probably drive Anu, the combination of those two drive Anu negative. So can I deal with that, or should I just stay out of it? There's the question. Ultimately, I want to improve with Synedrion. Unfortunately, I want to improve with them. I want to get everybody's goodies, but it's not always possible. And the big thing I want to try, I do want to try go, if we can finish this thing, with the Synedrion ending that I haven't done. And I got to remember which Synedrion ending we went with before. But if I stay out of it, nothing happens probably. And I'm going to risk pissing off Anu, but I want to try to gain access. I want to get access to that sentient AI is a big one that Synedrion has. It really ups the abilities and the production of our research lab. So that's why I'm siding with Synedrion this time. Sorry, Anu. Oof. So there is far too much to be admired about the old world to just dismiss it as sinful or broken. The system that dominated the world was incapable of correctly distributing resources and couldn't respond to planetary scale crises. But that doesn't mean everything about that time was bad. It's not about human nature. Human nature isn't really a steady concept, but something that changes based on material conditions. And it's those conditions we have to take control of. So we do get up to the next level, I think, mission-wise with Synedrion. And unfortunately, we definitely go negative, even without that other mission's effect.
You seem to be genuinely on our side, and everyone here at Synedrion really appreciates that. Please understand that we are cautious with organizations such as the Phoenix Project, not because we're trying to be obstinate, but because we've had some pretty terrible experiences that we prefer not to repeat. You know that I have high hopes for an alliance between the Phoenix Project and Synedrion. So my advice is this. What would be really helpful right now would be a more direct demonstration of your support. That could really win some hearts and minds. At this moment, we have a couple of really important projects running. The sort that could actually change the future, like improving our mist-repelling tech, which may allow us to peacefully coexist with the new ecology, or deploying a new breed of modified plant to help us reclaim the planet for ourselves. Believe me when I say we've had a lot of debates about which approach is better, and there are some pretty opinionated factions forming. In any case, we're lacking enough people to support both projects at once, and it's a bit of a deadlock. So if you could lend a hand with one of them, that would mean a lot.
All right, so what I was about to say before I realized she had to continue talking is when I saw all these things pop up, it's like, oh yes, we need to make a choice between a polyphonic tendency and the name, whatever the other one is called. So, and I, for the life of me, can't remember what we ultimately went with. My first instinct is we went with the ecosystems. I did not do the mist repellers one the first time around. I could be totally wrong, but I also believe if I choose wrong this time, I think there's one more option where I can diverge and get back online with where I need to be. At least that's the way I remember Synedrion. I have a chance to switch one more time. So I'm going to try and get back to that season where we did the Synedrion ending and refresh my memory to which ending we actually did. It's been a while, so, to be quite honest, I can't remember anymore. So I'm going to pick mist repellers with the opportunity in the future, I believe, to be able to switch over to control of the ecosystems. But I seem to remember doing the ecosystem map for some reason in my mind, and not the mist repeller map. So that's why I'm leaning this way. We'll find out if I'm right.
Zara will be pleased to hear that. She is one of the most passionate advocates of, well, some people would say the original values of Synedrion, but it's hardly that simple. She's part of a loose coalition called the Polyphonic Tendency, which advocates solutions that reject all hierarchies, all forms of domination. Nikolai, on the other hand, oh dear, I'm involving you in Synedrion drama, aren't I? My apologies. Good luck with the mission.
Yeah, that's the only problem with siding with Synedrion. You get involved in their drama. And oh, I don't remember that kind of a hit. You know, that's Terror from the Void for you. They make certain decisions a little more impactful. Fortunately, that keeps us positive with New Jericho. We still have their mission that can help climb that back up. And then we have our Pandoran colonies things that can help that come back a little bit. So I'm sticking with my choice. I'm fine that we took it. Hey, yeah, and it's funny that it was such a hefty hit with New Jericho. I thought we'd have the heftier hit with Anu for that particular decision, to be quite honest. So while we're here, this team here, we're gonna explore because we need resources, as we've said on and on and on. Let's get going. And manufacturing, or let's see, research-wise, yeah, the Chiron autopsy. After the Chiron autopsy is when I want to start making some other decisions on what we should reshuffle in our research. So for now, keep going. Behind the walls. The Manticore 2 has landed in the remains of a gated community. Judging from the design, this place was built in the early days of the Second Mist, when the upper classes abandoned the cities. The place seems to be in relatively good shape, if somewhat overgrown. Perhaps there are survivors. Yeah, I highly doubt that, but let's go investigate. Ah, that's a good one. The more our operatives investigate, the stranger the situation gets. It's not entirely clear, but evidence seems to suggest that the inhabitants of the gated community actually killed each other, following a dispute about an inheritance. The turrets, meant to defend the compound's walls, are turned towards the inside, and the lush gardens are full of scattered skeletons. Scattered and shattered skeletons. The only thing really worth scavenging is the VR entertainment system, and that must have been one amazing VR entertainment system to give us 132 tech, but I'm not complaining. All right, let's keep searching around the mist, and eventually, hopefully, we can activate this base. Maybe, well, let's just see what it costs. So I need 360 materials. I need more materials. I can afford the other, and I kind of want to activate it before it gets enveloped in mist and it becomes a whole nother process. Because the location of this one covers 2 mist blooms, which makes this, to me, the priority. And I still haven't really... I forget where I asked for you all's input on which base to activate. You know, recording a couple episodes ahead delays some of the responses, and we may end up getting to this before I read your responses. But anyway, let's get flying. And I think the other ship is also flying. Yes, it's still flying. Okay, I think we just found yeah, it's another Synedrion Haven. This place is pretty close to the mist. Let's check it out. And over here we have chicken broth for the apocalypse. Fort Sloboda. At Fort Sloboda, our operatives witness the lighter side of life in the New Jericho Haven when they are invited to judge a local cooking contest. Cooking in the post-apocalypse is a difficult task, especially if you want the result to actually be tasty. But this just brings out people's innate creativity. Human beings like a challenge, so we can refuse, judge a competition, and I think I've always participated because you need diversions like this in my mind in this kind of a time. So we're gonna join right in, give our soldiers something else to participate with instead of, you know, all blood and guts. Oh, very good. That's what I was hoping. I'm so happy. We're climbing back up with New Jericho already. So participating in the contest, our operatives get to know the people of New Jericho, at least here in Fort Sloboda, in a new way. As it turns out, they're just ordinary human beings trying to live meaningful lives in an increasingly alien world. The winner of the contest, Fred Ujarok, sums it up best. We just want things to go back to normal. All right, so I don't know if we have anything nearby. Okay, I guess we got another bloom over here we haven't really explored heavily around, so let's get flying over here with this ship. Then we're going to have something over here to deal with in a moment. The factory. Our operatives have set down outside an abandoned factory. There's a lot of old and wrecked machinery here. Oh boy, can we use some of it? Yes, we can. Let's search and hope it's a good payoff. Oh, I was hoping for more the other way around, but I'll never, since it's a 5-to-1 trade with tech, I'll never complain about getting a lot of tech. And there's a surprising amount of functional tech here. Good that we found this place. All right, and we will continue searching around the mist. And you know, we're getting close to the mist enveloping this place and then having it be infested. Right now it's a 0% chance. I'm wondering, it's heavy on 3. That wouldn't leave us enough material. So I've got to push a few more explorations, and then we got our research that'll give us. So after this research is done in a very short amount of time, in 2 hours, that's when I think we'll have enough leeway with our materials to be able to activate this base before it gets infested. Let's hope 2 hours isn't too late.
Research complete.
There it is. Okay, and we have new research even after this one. What is it going to be? Oh, heavy cannon development. We will need that coming up when we fight. I like using the heavy cannon in certain maps. Couple different maps I can think of. When we hit corrupted havens, I like having the hell cannon available to blast through walls, and also in the initial, I can't even remember what it's called, where we find out about Acherons. And even though they can appear now, it's the mission I'm thinking of that I can't remember the title of. So I'm going to put it in the queue just so it's in there for us. And this is a good payoff also. But it's a 2-day thing. Is there anything else that matters more right now? Oh, I never realized that's a change. These two never used to give any effects. And since we're down to just hours now, I think we'll just unlock the shotgun. Well, I need to find out which one unlocks the freaking shield. And let me, I'm trying to remember for the life of me which one. Well, I guess if I guess wrong, it'll only be a 17-hour boo-boo. So I'm going to try the Triton autopsy first, see if I've guessed right. We're going to put that up the top and give that a go and get that little payoff. After that, that's not as urgent as others could be. Do I want the upgrade in Synedrion, or is there something that just makes more sense? Increasing, these are the vivisections, so those are captures, which we can't quite do till our containment is made. And plus, we're going to get into the new capture routine soon on how vehicles and how much vehicles can hold for capture coming up soon. The basic bionic technology, still 2 days though, isn't it? But you know, it's probably more important than Synedrion armor and everything else at the moment to be able to start augmenting ourselves at some point to maybe help fight, because it would cut our delirium that we could carry by a third by having one attachment there. So now might be the time with, yeah, I'm going to put this in there and put that next for now. We may change that due to the length of how long it takes, but we'll use that as our current order for the moment. You know, feedback if you disagree with my choices. I never mind hearing from you to get your ideas. Sometimes it changes my mind, sometimes it doesn't. And is the Manticore one also going? Yes, it's going to be there. And new recruits are available, so I probably lost out on my last recruit. Looks like we're another base there, so then we will have everything around the mist here. And what I got to do here is, before the mist expands here, I think I will indeed activate this base. An unexpected find. Director, I've come across something interesting in the archives of the recently activated base. Something called Project Glory. Perhaps we should get Bennu to analyze it. Okay, this is the other way to get to Project Glory. It used to be only going through the Symes objectives to get there. This is something new that we didn't experience last time. There's another way to access Project Glory now, which is useful to know. Activate your third base and get access to this. So if you're in a map position, let's say you're in the US start where you don't have early access to get to some of the Symes locations, you know, you can actually unlock Project Glory in another way now. And let's find out where it is. Oh, is it not on there yet? Is it not listed as something on there? Let's go find out. I thought it would. Oh, here we go. No, that's the Against the Mist mission. So Project Glory. Oh, that's a research. What am I thinking? We got to research first. And, you know, for a 5-hour thing, that becomes my new priority, just to get that out of the way and done. And then we'll continue in this order. Nah, I want that shield. There we go. Well, at least I hope that's a shield and not a shotgun, right? So Manticore 1 is exploring. Manticore 2 will now fly over here. And let's do one more look at the base. Not that I can afford to really do anything else to the base yet. I just wanted to pick it up before it got infested. We have energy generator and we have new research over here. Can I afford repair here? What does it cost? Yeah, this I'm going to bite the bullet just to get our energy going here. And then we'll see. Let me just see how much. Okay, I can't even repair this till we have energy. So, oh, I probably, it's blacked out. Not because of energy. Yeah, I don't have enough resources. So the repair on this will be hefty. Definitely, I think we probably have the tech. It's the materials we're hurting on. And I really can't spend any more materials right now. Okay, we got our extra ship in 23 hours. So let's just get everybody flying. The cause, Fort Artemis. Our operatives have made contact with the New Jericho Haven of Fort Artemis, where a crowd has gathered in the main square to listen to a speech given by Tobias West on a large view screen. Commander Kazantzakis invites our operatives to participate. In his speech, West denounces all other human factions as traitors to the cause of human will, made manifest through individual action to cheers from the crowd. He does caution, however, that some have embraced this treason by mistake and may yet be swayed by reason. So, criticize will hurt us against New Jericho. Praise will help us with New Jericho. Probably hurt us against potentially the other two factions. So, not wanting to upset the balance anymore, even though I would like to gain with New Jericho. I'm not going to make mention. Oh, wow. Inspired by West's speech, Commander Kazantzakis decides to share some resources with us. He believes that we understand and respect West's cause, and that we can help it triumph over the dangerous ideologies promoted by Synedrion and the disciples of Anu. So we gain attitude with Phoenix Project in the Haven and New Jericho too. That's a little bonus I wasn't expecting, along with this I was not expecting. So maybe we can upgrade our research at the moment. Back over here. Well, back over here. Maybe I can afford to repair this thing now. Let's see how costly it is. Oh, I can safely do this now. And I will not do the vehicle bay yet, because I don't want to go dip too low. All right, so we're in good shape research-wise, I think, especially once this comes on board. And I'm not going to actively look to research anything else. Hopefully we can gain with Synedrion and gain access to their sentient AI research, which would then, I think increase research lab output by 50%, and that would be huge without having to build any more. So I'm going to try holding off on any more research labs for now and save that money for other things that'll be coming up. And we got to get flying around here some more. And you know what? After I do this research, if Africa is pretty well taken care of, we're gonna have to start thinking about doing. I don't think actually doing these missions has as much impact on diplomacy as the lead up to those missions. Terror from the Void, I only have limited experience on some of this stuff, so I forget stuff. I'm learning as we go also with all of you that are watching. But I think I want to do these missions, and we may have to join up together. I definitely want a vehicle on the Overrun mission is what I'm thinking, going against our first Forsaken enemy up here. That'll be good practice for what we're going to be up against with them. So I'm going to do this exploration here, and then start thinking about, with both teams, now that we have access to our base, meeting up somewhere, potentially for a mission. We also have in another, wherever it is, the Manticore, 21 hours, access to 2 more troops being able to come out of the base on that Manticore. And that's exactly what we have here, is 2 more troops. So that's kind of my big picture view at the moment. And it looks like we found another haven over here. Most assuredly and indeed we did. So the question becomes, how do I want to join up? So if I bring... What I'm going to do, this team, I wonder if you guys alone with the vehicle could handle this mission, potentially. So I'm going to start flying you over in that direction. Yeah, we'll stop at each unexplored site along the way as we fly towards in that direction. And then our other ship, once we finish our exploration here, can probably work towards somewhere else, like possibly here, and meet up with the 2 extra soldiers from here. That way we can do the mission with a team of 8. That would be my preference, my priority there. So I may have to temporarily fly up here to spend, now it's only 15 hours for the Manticore, so we'll figure that out in a moment. Okay, so since that went by so quick, I am going to come here, then we'll be near each other. I don't think I have enough funds for the Chaos Marketplace. Santa Claus is dead. The Manticore 2 has landed near an abandoned convoy of 6 trucks. Operatives have searched the cargo containers and discovered that they were all carrying toys and games for children. Well, we're going to distribute to the havens because maybe, just maybe, that'll help up here. And it does. Very good. Now, we were capped with Synedrion, but we needed some improvement on the other 2 factions, so I'm happy to do this. Growing up in this broken world can't be easy. It's our duty to do what we can to make life easier for our children. And yes, I know we're capped with Synedrion. That's why we're looking at doing that mission next, once our Manticore in 9 hours is built. We're going to fly you over here.
Research complete.
And we gained some more effects, and let's find out, drum roll please, if we have access to shields. Yeah, pick the right one. How about that? Okay, we're going to put that in there. We'll do it right after Project Glory and before the Bionics. And there we go. All right, and we got... Our airship is built. So it's time to take a look at that. Oh no, it's not. Oh, I looked in research, not manufacturing, eh? 8 hours. There we go. Oh, for some reason this shrunk for temporary. That's why I didn't see it up here. Now it's back. It wasn't there for the last time I looked at the screen, but it's back now. So 8 hours. We're going to continue flying where we are here. We're going to continue flying here. Let's go.
This is getting out of hand, Randolph. I won't stop my proto-civilization research, so tell the committee to back off. You're the director now. Please, help me. I need your support. This is not just some crackpot theory invented by your grandfather. The anomalous artifacts, the extraordinary technology predating Samaria by millennia. If you can't restart my project, I will go to the Vanadium Corporation. There's been another attack, Tobias. The excavation team is scared, and they aren't the only ones. What if the Pandorans know what we're doing and are trying to stop it? They aren't just brainless flesh puppets. I'm heading back to the lab. Be there. We need to discuss this in person. You're making a mistake, Colonel! The last Pandoran attacks were not an accident. They're targeting everyone related to Project Glory. Locking me in an isolation facility won't change a thing!
Make her away.
No!
Research complete.
All right, so Project Glory has been completed. We'll go find out what that unlocks soon enough. Actually, I think there's a location on the map now. Yes, Dr. Helena Lewandowski was considered to be the world's foremost scientist of prehistoric archaeology. We recently located her whereabouts in a secretive New Jericho facility, and we have reasons to believe she is being held there against her will. Perhaps she will join us when free. And I think there's a way to free her for free without having to fight and do battle. And it looks like this is where Dr. Helena is. I just don't know what level of approval I need from New Jericho to be able to do that. So perhaps doing this mission will gain us some attitude with New Jericho, and then we can more freely or with less difficulty get Helena on our side. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Now we do have the Manticore in 4 hours, so everybody's going to continue flying. What I may do is I may keep this ship. Now, as we've been flying around, I've changed my mind. I may have just this ship of 6 go take on this mission, just with 6 soldiers, because they're solid. They're the highest level soldiers I have as a group, as a team. And I'll bring the 2 extras here to join the other ship over here at phase 1, so we can try improving New Jericho's attitude to try and guarantee that when we go face this mission at Fort Freya, that maybe we'll have the option. Maybe, just maybe, it won't be blacked out. Maybe we'll be able to just have them hand her over without much fuss. That is a possibility in the Terror from the Void mod. I just cannot remember what the cutoff for in diplomacy is to make that option available. So let's keep everybody flying. And our aircraft is available. We'll take it to Phoenix Point. We're going to get our new individuals aboard. It does not have a FAR-M, and this is where I have to say this out loud to remind myself. Whoever's on the Manticore 3 right now will not have their stamina recharged. Right, Floki? I flew you around on that other Manticore for the longest time, not realizing that that was the reason your stamina was not improving. So we're going to try and take care of this time and get our personnel that's at the base. There might be some promotions. No, not yet. Oh, yeah, you guys are high enough level that it takes a while for those promotions to hit. So let's get on the Manticore 3. And you guys are flying. Nobody is sitting around anymore. I can barely afford a FAR-M, which we will need eventually. I'll try to figure out when I can prioritize that in our manufacturing. And let's get back out to the GeoScape. This team is going to fly over here now. Whoops. This team down here, the Manticore 3, with its new passengers, are going to take its maiden voyage over here and meet up with our other ship that's about to do an exploration soon, and then head up here. All right, how do you like them apples? The Manticore 1 has landed in an open field next to rows and rows of apple trees. The buildings nearby have been abandoned, and the whole place has been neglected for quite a while. Initial testing of the apples indicates that they are unfit for human consumption, as they have been affected by the Pandora virus. While they look normal on the outside, on the inside, they contain internal organs closely resembling those of a crab. Okay, Aramex, here's your way to get your crab sandwiches is via apples. How about those? Sounds disgusting. Forget the apples and search the area. Inform the disciples of Anu, which obviously could help with them. And burn the place down would obviously make New Jericho happy, but we're about to do their mission to gain some, I think will gain us a little favor from them, I hope. And the problem is, will we get negative effects in addition to this choice? There's the kicker on this question. Since I can't remember if pleasing one makes the other pissed off, maybe we'll just see what kind. I would probably only get food if we forget the apples and search the area, although maybe we won't get food because of the bad apples. I don't really want to lower Anu. I realize that we're going to have a hard time getting Anu in the positive and getting up to a lot of their researches right now. So maybe I just play it safe so we can try to get the extra help. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to do it that way. We're going to say disgusting, burn the place down. I'm not going to get any resources from it, but I'm going to help gain attitude. I'm going to guess with New Jericho. I will hurt our chances with Anu. We're just going to have to deal with that. Dang it. They're really going to be low. But I want to guarantee gaining Helena, at least as easily as possible, because that can sometimes be a challenging mission in itself also. Oh, that was a huge hit. Oh! Well, choice is made. These abominations should not be allowed to keep infesting our planet. Every last one of these trees will be burned. New Jericho appreciates it. Disciples are really upset with us. All right, so I have a feeling after doing phase 1, we'll be in good shape for the Saving Helena choice that I'm looking for. We're going to fly this team back down to the Synedrion mission against the Mist. We got an exploration to do here, so it looks like unless something pops up, because it's been very quiet on this map so far lately, unless something pops up soon, looks like I'm guessing Against the Mist will be our next mission. And we have made it to Against the Mist. So I'm going to go in here, we're going to start it, but since this has been such a long mission and very nice, it's a daytime mission. Sometimes on these set missions you didn't always know if it was daytime or not, but now with this new upgrade it looks like we will have a daytime mission for this one. I will take a look at equipping the team at the beginning of next episode since we went so long on this one, and we'll see you next time. I hope you enjoyed all the explorations we got to do. We've advanced the story quite a bit. There's a lot more options for us on the map now, and we're slowly starting to take advantage of those options. Except poor Anu. This is ZigZagZog signing off from somewhere in this world. Thanks so much for watching, and I really do hope to see you next time.